It was only opened in 2020, but quickly became one of the league's most recognizable venues. You're looking at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood, California. Here to begin this one is Cameron Dicker. And here we go from LA. Returnable from the one. And they've got a long field ahead, Brock. Got to him early on the return and laid a big hit on him. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. And now the Raiders call for the first of their timeouts. And after using an early one, 2 left for him to spend. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. Here's the lone back on the handoff. It is charged towards the line. It's right around 3 yards.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
2nd down now, 7 to go. Back-to-back carries here. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That's the type of call that offensively, man, it just builds so much confidence. I don't even think they were looking to get the 1st down, just get to a manageable 3rd down, but instead they move the chains, and that is one disheartening look on that defense.
They've got 1st down from the 31. Another carry for him. And he runs into a wall there. Multiple defenders ready to stop him cold at the line. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
These big D tackles in this league, they love weaponizing their size right in the middle of the field. It is so hard to clear lane against them. And once he got his paw on him, it was dead on arrival.
Second and 10 now. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes him back. 3rd down coming up.
That sure ended up being worst-case scenario. Pass rush just kept coming and bearing down. And he was looking for an escape that wasn't there. It's one of those plays in hindsight, Kate, where you really got to understand, I got to cut bait, cut my losses, and avoid such a negative play.
3rd and long. Here's Love. He lofts it deep left. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Seeing some early game planning at work here, Brock. They were quick to attack that throw and break it up.
Yeah, this defense knows the importance this offense places on throwing the ball to their tight ends, and they were ready for it and all over it.
Now the Raiders readying for the punt, and they'll turn to former All-Pro A.J. Cole for the kick. And he's calling for a fair catch, which is made at the 33-yard line. We don't get a return out of that punt. And the Chargers take possession. Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Herbert throwing right away. That one's caught along the left sideline. A 19-yard pickup, and that's going to move the chains.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. Throwing on first is Herbert. Complete to the rookie out of Auburn. And they get this down to the 28. And that play goes for 19 and a new set of downs.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
They're now set for 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And the power play up the gun only results in 2 yards.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Herbert from the gun. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. Offense up to the line fast. Here he is on 3rd and long. Gets this to McConkey. And they haul him down just a foot or two shy of the red zone.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
On 4th down, here's Herbert. And it's going to be incomplete. Couldn't connect to extend the drive. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Hand off to the back. And he's stopped. Now we'll wait to hear what this flag is all about. So now, partner, got to reevaluate what to do on this next snap because the holding call pushes him back quite a ways. Double the distance to go after that holding call. It's now 1st and 20. Shotgun now for Love. Escapes the pocket. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. Give now to the running back. Oh, he gets clobbered behind the line.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Offense to the line for 2nd down. Complete out to the right side. And that is a touchdown. The Raiders take a 6-0 lead in the 1st quarter. Daniel Carlson on for the PAT. The point after splits the uprights. And the Raiders take a 7-0 lead as he starts this year 1-for-1. The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. So new kickoff rules. This is going to come out to the 30, not the 25 on the touchback. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. On the carry, this is Najee Harris. And the defense gets there to... Longs.
I talked to a bunch of different GMs, Kate, especially around draft time, and they all say the same thing. Linebackers are so hard to find. It's hard to transition from the college game that's in so much space to this game where you've got to play in a phone booth, yet have that explosiveness to chase a play on the outside down like that linebacker just did.
2nd and 12 behind the sticks. Buys time, rolling right. And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. Then brings up 3rd down.
Well, discretion, the better part of valor in a lot of cases. Rather than force something with no one open and risk a turnover, he wisely just threw it away.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down. The Chargers lined up in punt formation. And that reaches the 35, but no further as it caroms out of bounds. A good starting spot for the Raiders as they come up 1st and 10. Here's the handoff. And he's caught behind the line for a loss. We're through 1/4 of this opening weekend of football. Neither side separating much so far. We're back to SoFi right after this. Time now for the 2nd quarter. Raiders in possession. They have 2nd and pretty long here. Takes the handoff, now Love. Forced out to his right. Trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop it. And that pushes him back. 3rd down coming up. Throwing, Love. Oh, put some heat on this deep ball, left side. Well, they had the look, certainly didn't shy away from it, but couldn't connect. And now they're stuck facing 4th down. A.J. Cole on the punt. And after that drive went backwards, he's going to send this one forward. Collects this at the 32. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. That punt finishes as a 60-yard effort. And they'll get ready to go on offense. So the Chargers start off with good field position as they get ready for 1st and 10. Working from the gun here, it's Herbert. Flush down out to his left.
Well, this is in every quarterback's tool belt, even the ones not regarded as the best movers and shakers. But, Kate, to play QB in the league today, you've got to be able to do this. If you've got nobody open, still get some positive yards with your legs.
From the 47. Short pass caught by his tight end. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
I'm sure Coach, play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
First and 10. Here's Herbert. Searches from the... And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
At the Raiders' 47-yard line.
Hey, Kappa. Baylor Tiger.
Another try following the sack. Finds a seam down the middle. And they get this down to the 28. Offense in the hurry up here. Here's Herbert, 1st and 10. Finds McCollum. Bouncing football. Oh, but the fumble goes out of bounds. Ooh, close call there. To the line we go. They're set, 1st and 10. Putting a receiver in motion. Working inside the red zone. Has it down close. And they'll advance this down to the 5-yard line. A nice pickup of 11 there, Brock, and they'll have 1st and goal to figure out.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
Herbert to throw once more. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And they're headed in reverse after that sack. Gotta forget about 1st down in a hurry. They need a chunky yards here on 2nd and goal. And they send a man in motion. After the sack, another pass on 2nd down. Again, he's under pressure, and he goes down. And the pressure drives them backwards. They've held him out twice. Here we go, 3rd and goal. Here's Herbert. Touchdown, LA! It seems like a lot of the time, Brock, even if the results aren't quite as flashy every rep, tight ends are even more reliable scorers than a lot of receivers are when it comes to the passing game.
Yeah, I would agree with that, but there's also a lot more real estate for them to work with. Right? Think of the receivers. They got to deal with the sidelines, that 12th defender. Many of these tight ends, they've got a ton of field to work with, and when they prove to the quarterback they can be a difference maker, he'll look for them.
Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. Fielded just shy of the end zone. We're at the 2-minute warning now from SoFi. It's the Raiders, about set to begin their drive. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Play fake, it's Love. Fits it through the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They managed 22 on the rip and a first down.
You know I love those chunk completions. They're so critical. Those chunk plays, they lead statistically so often to scoring. And then when you get it to a tight end and play action, just a little icing on the cake.
Only 2 yards, and it brings up 2nd and 8. They go play action here. Finds his man over the middle. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. Here we go, 3rd, less than a yard. They'll try and pick this up on the ground. And he could not get there. They stop him right at the line. They stop him just short and force a 4th and 1.
Big man up front said, not in my house. Let me tell you, Kate, once you're in the grasp of one of those big old fellas on the D-line, you're done. They would say it on the East Coast like this, it's over. Over.
And his short gain gets them a new set of downs.
A split second, all to keep the defense from making a stand right there. It's amazing, man. This game of inches and split-second reactions. A nice bit of burst, surge forward for enough to go get that first by a couple before they could finally drag him down.
Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. They give it to him again. And he'll get this down to the 33-yard line. It's a gain of 12 there. And that's good for Raiders first.
You know, the elite running backs in this league, they don't just see what's right in front of them. You set up big runs like this because they see what's behind them. That's called extraordinary vision and extra yards.
A flag's down as he stops. Looks like this one's on the offense. So now, after the penalty, it's 1st and 15. Love now. Chased out to his right. That won't be caught outright. It's incomplete. First time this game they've looked to him. And that makes it 2nd and long.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Throwing now off play action. On the move, headed right. Looking right, and he finds him. And he gets absolutely pumped to end that one. Now the Raiders using the last of their timeouts. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half. The Chargers into a nickel set, 3rd down. Love from the gun. Throwing deep for the end zone. Incomplete pass, and we're down to 12 seconds remaining. Took his shot at 6 that time. And now they're staring at 4th and long. Daniel Carlson out to try this Raiders field goal. Ball spotted on that right hash, 53 yards out. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And that's going to break our tie and give him a 3-point advantage.
A lot of them may make it look automatic, but you get this deep, and those field goals are far from a certainty. It took all his concentration, every bit of his strength, to send that puppy through.
Time left for maybe a return plus a play here as they send this away. So new kickoff rules. This is going to come out to the 30, not the 25 on the touchback. They've got 1st and 10, Brock, but time for maybe 2 plays at most if they even want to try anything. Yep, as expected, they go to the ground and start this one off. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot. Just before halftime, we get a timeout taken. Here comes the final play of our first half. 1st down, and they go right back to him. And he stopped on a nice gain on what is the final play of this first half. That brings us to halftime. We'll get a break as our teams make their adjustments and then return with more of the NFL on EA Sports in just a little bit. Back from the break, I'm Kate Scott, joined by Brock Huard, and we are just moments away from the beginning of our second half. We'll see what the first half adjustments of the season are as they're teed up, and away we go in our second half. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Blown back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And as they bring him down, let's check the penalty flag. Well, partner, they say there's holding on every play. You just got to look for it, right? That time, though, we did not have to look too hard. Shotgun snap to Herbert. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. And the Raiders will take over as he records his first interception of our season. And it doesn't matter who gets that ball to start the second half because he picks it off on the very first play.
I wonder at halftime, down there in that locker room on the whiteboard, if that defensive coaching staff just said simply, go get the ball. It's exactly what they do, and it totally changes the complexion of this second half.
A new set of downs awaits him. Here's 1st and 10. Back to the well again. And he's able to manage a couple on that run.
They got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
Fakes the handoff, now to throw. Cut out left. And he's tackled for a short gain. Here they come. This is 3rd and 5. To the air with Love. And this is intercepted. Through the defense he goes. Room to burn. 30. At the 20. And forget the interception. He makes this a pick-6 touchdown. That play, Brock, that play was beautiful. Not just making the interception, but then seeing the return slowly come together in front of him as he took it all the way to the house.
Yeah, I think even for us up here in the booth, it looked like a scene out of a movie, didn't it? Starts running it back, scans the field for a lane, then the blocks come just in the nick of time to wipe out the would-be tacklers, and he's got open space and nothing but the end zone in front of him.
Well, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick-6. Return starts from the goal line. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line.
They're on 26-yard line.
Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Connects on the crosser. And as this play winds up out of bounds, let's see what that flag is all about. A game they were pretty happy with goes away via the penalty. And now we're going to wait to see how they respond. Running back sent in motion left. Shotgun now for Love. He's on the move. Now he takes it. And they take him down at the 24-yard line.
Tick, 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 tick. You know, his internal clock right there told him it was time to escape, and good thing he listened to it. He was able to make something out of nothing and at least move them forward.
Love out of the shotgun. No luck on the connection. It's incomplete. Try and get that one to Brock Bowers. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long.
It is such a weapon offensively when you've got a big tight end that can stretch the field vertically. Not a lot of DBs have the size to cover him. They tried to get it to him in that spot where he could win it, but unfortunately no connection to be made.
Throwing his Love on 3rd. Escapes the pocket. And they can't connect on the 3rd down deep shot. Love the courage they had to try it. But it's incomplete, and now we've got 4th down. The Raiders bringing out the punting unit. It'll be A.J. Cole doing the honors. And he sends this away. Definitely his best kick of the game thus far. Let's see what he can do on the return. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. Call that a booming 56 yards in the end. And it's going to be their football coming up. So the Chargers start off with good field position as they get ready for 1st and 10. And they're on him after about a 2-yard gain. Tackled on that play by Isaiah Simmons. He gets a couple on 1st, and they'll come up 2nd and 8. Herbert now. Completed to his running back. And he'll be brought down a step or 2 shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. 3rd and a lone yard coming up. Back to throw. Here's Herbert. That's caught for the 1st. And they're going to bring him down at the 36. That play good for 17 and a 1st down. Lone back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And he runs this one down across the 35 and inside the 30. Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3. Receiver in motion, going left. Handoff on 2nd and short. And that hit stops him in his tracks. Nothing gained or lost on that run, and now it's 3rd and 3. Back now, pressure on its way. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
Kate, I've seen a one-step drop. I've seen a 3, a 5, a 7. Some of the boots and play actions get more depth, but a 20-step drop? That's not going to cut it, except for this defense that just adds a whole bunch of negative yards to that play. I know we see these kickers make kicks from this distance all the time, but it never ceases to be impressive. Everything's on the dot, and it's a big 3 points.
And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. Defense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Love now to throw. Finds him over the middle. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
Well, things weren't about to end after the first hit or the second. This tight end had a vision for what he wanted to happen after the catch, and he was going to take on all comers to try to make it a reality.
Thrown on 1st down, Love. This ball's cut by Bowers. Pick up a few as he heads out of bounds.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
That's going to be an incomplete pass on the throw to the right.
Defense doubled him, knowing that was where the pass was likely headed. A bit surprising. Quarterback still threw in that direction with how well that defense had that play covered.
They'll throw on 3rd and long. And that's a win for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it, leads to the incompletion. 4th down coming up.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
And the punter earning some high fives on that one. They're going to down this kick at the 3. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Timeout called by the Chargers. They're first. As that'll leave them with just 2 to use the rest of the way. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. They've got a man in motion. 1st and 10. Here's Herbert. Hits his running back. And he'll get this up to the 18-yard line. Give him 15 yards on the pickup there. And it brings up an LA 1st down. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And they beat him to the edge. That run stopped back at the line. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10. Herbert from the gun. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up. We've reached the end of 3 in our Week 1 opener. It's Chargers football as they try to hang on to a lead in a close game. Defense looking to defend the marker on 3rd down. Working from the gun here, it's Herbert. This one to Williams out left side. And he's brought down. They're spotting this one right at the 20. Punting unit out now. And he's only a handful of yards from his own goal line. First punt win 45 yards. This looks considerably further. And a big hit on the return to stop it cold. No return on that punt. and it'll be Raider football. New set of downs for him at the 38. They'll run here on first down. And he'll be brought down a step or two shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that's a Vegas first down. Now give left side. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
Okay, don't think for a second this is time you step off the gas. You can feel this defense right there on their heels. And now's the best chance to go push the envelope and get aggressive.
New slate of downs to approach here from the 40. Going to the ground again on first. And they bring him down, but there's a flag on the field. So now, partner, got to reevaluate what to do on this next snap because the holding call pushes him back quite a ways. That holding penalty is going to make first down twice as tough. They're 20 from the marker to start things out. Kicks the handoff, now Love. Buys time, rolling right. And like an empty wrapper, he just throws that one away.
Look at how well the coverage held up on that play. Even as the QB escapes the pocket and buys extra time secondary, they got real sticky, stay tight, and force the throw away.
Couldn't connect on first. It's second down. Here's Love. Fits it through the middle. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on second down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about third down at all.
And he'll only get this to the 26 before going down. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9. Love. Escapes out to the left. He can run it.
Well, that's an excellent job by the defense. All eyes on the quarterback. When you're playing a quarterback that can escape, well, even though you cover, you still got to cover down and go chase that QB out of bounds before he could get the first down.
Let's see what they draw up on this 3rd and 7. Motioning the tight end left. Throwing on 3rd and long. He has the first over the middle. And he's going to be taken down near the 8-yard line. Give him about 16 yards on that gain, Brock, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On 3rd down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity, and man, did he make an impact play.
The Chargers call a timeout. That's their last one. And they'll have to navigate the rest of the way without being able to stop the clock at will. They can decide to play for the tie or win later. First, they've got to reach that end zone. It's 1st and goal. They'll try and punch it in. Scores! Touchdown, Las Vegas! The Raiders now trail by just a point in the 4th. So they punch it in for 6, Brock, and now a conversion away from tying this game back up.
This one just has the feel, doesn't it? The makings of a one-score game in the 4th quarter that could go either way.
That one splits the uprights. And the Raiders make it 17 all. Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. So new kickoff rules. This is going to come out to the 30, not the 25 on the touchback. They're out and set. 1st and 10. Here's Herbert. Finds him on the crossing route. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
It's second and inches at the 48-yard line.
Shotgun snap to Herbert. Finds a seam down the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Thinking touchdown here after that big play. We've got 1st and 10 from the red zone. Handoff now from the gun. And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. The Chargers take a 4th quarter lead. Dicker on now for the PAT. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Chargers break that tie and now lead by 7.
Raiders 17. Cameron Dicker to kick off for the Chargers.
Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Man in motion here. Complete out to the right. They rip off a huge chunk of field as the downs reset.
A gain of 46 yards on the play. And the Las Vegas first down.
They've got 3 timeouts and the 2-minute warning left for them. We've got 1st and 10. Running this one left. And he's brought down a little short. No, actually they do give him the 10-yard line. That one goes for 15, and now they're going to have 1st and goal.
To play running back in this league, well, you've got to have tremendous vision. We saw it twice. Once to find the lane upfield, and then to get to space and break off some extra yards.
And they take him down, but there's a flag on the play. Easy call for the officials there. He was offsides at the snap, and that's going to cost him. A bit jumpy across the way there, and that halves the distance ahead of him on 1st down. Running it after the penalty. And he barrels across for the touchdown. The Raiders now trailed by just a point in the 4th. On for the PAT, and a make would tie us up late. The kick is good, so this game now hinging on every possession as we're tied up in the 4th. The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. So new kickoff rules. This is going to come out to the 30, not the 25 on the touchback. All right, one more snap before the 2-minute warning. Throwing on first is Herbert. Has him on the quick hitter. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. It's the 2-minute warning here in L.A. Chargers with a little more work to do to win it here. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Here he is to throw. And they got there in time. He's taken down. And that pushes him back. 3rd down coming up.
This is a time where you get in that huddle and you just look at one another and say, hey, let's get back in rhythm. Get back in rhythm. Get something good to feel good about. Sure, you'd love to get the first down, but more than anything, just find a positive play after a huge sack.
On the turf, ball's out, he lost it. And they jump on top of it. Oh, a clutch recovery to clean up the mistake this late in the game. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset. The time is there, but the timeouts are not. You gotta be smart. It's 1st and 10. He'll look to throw it. Rolling into enemy territory. And he pushes this down to the 42 before going down. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
And he'll only find 1 yard up the gut, 2nd down. And now the Raiders call for the first of their timeouts. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Back to throw. Has it downfield, working left. They're going to do it, Brock. They break the tie in the final minute. It's a touchdown. Dicker on now for the PAT. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Chargers break that tie and now lead by 7. Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 30-yard line.
First and 10 now from the 30. Setting up to pass. Forced out to his right. That one's complete, right side. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end, because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage. He gets to that edge before the defender can cover him.
Second and 3. Trying to push it deep downfield. That could be it, folks. It's intercepted. And the Chargers make the play that should win them this game.
Well, that's now 2, Kate, that they've gotten him for picks in this game, and he's got to be careful. Right? You've got to protect the football. It is the greatest treasure you have as an offense. In this defense, well, they've got 2 in their pocket, and you know they're going to be going after number 3.
On first down, they'll run. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss. Lining up to take a knee on second down. They take a knee, and their season has begun exactly how they wanted it to, with a win.
Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory.
After one final kneel down, partner, and this should do it. He'll go to a knee to close this one out, Brock, and it's only fitting that he's holding the ball in the ends after the absolutely tremendous game that he had.
Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory.
So the Chargers come away with the win in this one. And this isn't just any 1-0 start for them. They pick up what could end up being a key division victory to have later in this season.